Welcome to Fearless, Inspired, and Free. You have made it to season 2. I'm so excited that I made it to season 2. Season 1 had some phenomenal women, and I know that season 2 is not going to be anything less than phenomenal. So season 2, I'm starting off with 3 beautiful women who have decided to start a new endeavor and make a dream of theirs come true, I would probably assume. These are the women who are the founders of NoorFit. And it's a fitness brand. And so what I'll do is I have some notes here so that we can describe a little bit about what NoorFit is. It struck me as I was telling these ladies in many, many ways when I was reading this. It kind of spoke to me, and I'll tell you why later on. But NoorFit is a fitness brand that mirrors the complexity, strength, and vivaciousness that lives in the soul of every woman. Our fitness wear line is designed with vibrant colors and fun, funky prints to reflect the many facets and fashion moods of every woman's personality. We know fitness comes in all shapes and sizes, and fitness looks different for everyone. So we've carefully crafted each piece with you in mind. Our styles keep you cool, fly, and dry with moisture wicking. Comfortable compression fabrics that snatch your waist and move with you. We affirm that femininity is strength and power, and self-care for women is a necessity that should be normalized and celebrated. Simply put, NoorFit is fitness wear with flair, and self-care is woven into our brand. Our clothes are comfortable, functional, fashionable, and flattering, and they're made by women for women. We are Black-owned, woman-owned, and we proudly make all of our fitness clothes right here in the USA. We warmly welcome all the NoorFit family. Come and find your flex with us and be fit, fashionable, fabulous, and unapologetically you. I absolutely love that. I love it. I love it. Not only does it describe your brand, but it describes as women what we need to be. You know, I think sometimes it takes a long time for us to find our voice, find our stride, find our way. And this brand really speaks to me in that way. So before we get into this brand, I'd love if the people can meet you. So I'd like to hear a little bit about each of the founders. After that, I'd like to know how you met. So I'm not going to go in any particular order, but how about Jeanne Roberts Johnson?
Sure.
Let's hear from you.
Hey, Dana. Thank you again for having us on your show. We're so excited to be here. Well, as Dana said, my name is Jeanne Roberts Johnson. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a wife, a mother of 2 young children. For undergrad, I graduated from Spelman College with a Bachelor of Science degree in mathematics. And after that, I went to law school and attended Pepperdine University School of Law, where I received my Juris Doctorate. I am a 3rd generation member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And in addition to being a co-founder of NoorFit, I'm also the general counsel for my family-owned companies. I enjoy being a practicing transactional attorney. However, my true love and intention is to live a healthy, mindful, and fulfilled life, in pure gratitude. So I embrace the importance of self-care, and I find joy in inspiring my family and friends to live a positive, healthy life, both mentally and physically. And I encourage them to, express love and gratitude for self and others. So that's a little bit about me.
Well, that's a whole lot about you, and I love it. I don't know how you find enough time in the day, and I guess we're going to find out how you do that, because juggling a family business, kids, and then your new line, that's a lot. And so we may have to talk a little bit about time management on this call, because that's phenomenal. How about you, Carla? Carla Pace is our next founder.
Hi, everyone. I am, like Dana said, I'm Carla Pace, and I was born and raised in Washington, D.C., but I moved to St. Louis about 22 years ago, and this has been home ever since. And this is where I met both Jeannie and Yvette. We've been friends for a while, and now we're business partners. For undergrad, I went to school at North Carolina A&T State University, where I got my degree, my undergraduate degree in engineering. So I'm a very detailed and technical, analytical type person. And then there I pledged Delta Sigma Theta. So I'm a Delta. Jeannie's an AKA. I'm a Delta. That's dancing, rightfully so. um, After I graduated, I had kids. I got married here in St. Louis. I had kids, and then while I was a stay-at-home mom, I decided that I wanted to do something totally different. So I became a certified group fitness instructor, where I taught group fitness at various gyms around St. Louis in my spare time because I wasn't busy enough. And then I just became very interested in helping other women, just become healthier and lead a healthier lifestyle. So fitness has been a part of my life for a really long time. And I just enjoy inspiring and helping others just kind of see the light and kind of take care of themselves and make sure that they're putting themselves first.
And I can see that. I mean, your spirit has always been so positive, and everything you just described embodies exactly what I have known and seen. And not to mention, you have a beautiful smile, and that always draws people in. So I think okay. Founder number 2 or co-founder, another one, kids, and getting all your additional certifications, and you said kids, but you have multiple kids, so juggling those schedules is a lot, and they're active just like you. So kind of managing that while getting this off the ground had to be a challenge. So I'm looking forward to hearing about that. Next we have Yvette, Porché, Cheaney.
Yes, hi. Hi, Dana. Thank you again for having us. We really appreciate this opportunity. So, like she said, I'm Yvette Porché Cheaney, born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, and then our family moved to the DC, Maryland area after junior high. So I happily claim Atlanta and DC as my hometown. I went to undergrad at Xavier University in Cincinnati and studied public relations and advertising. And for graduate school, I have my master's from American University in broadcast journalism and public policy. And let's see, got married. I did some public policy reporting in the DC area and on Capitol Hill and at the Pentagon and the State Department before I had children. And then I kind of moved around. And let's see, had 2 kids, and I started competing after I became a stay-at-home mom, competing in NPC fitness competitions, bodybuilding competitions, but in the figure category, which is, I guess, below us at that point that you can compete. Well, now they have swimwear, but I used to do that too once upon a time. So
oh my gosh, you guys have such colored paths. Oh my goodness. So from broadcast journalism to bodybuilding, I mean, there's like, and I love that you did some reporting at the Capitol and the Pentagon. I mean, that's pretty significant. So first, let me congratulate all of you on some of your major accomplishments that you have made. And I think that the brand that you have created really is a birthing of everything you have in you. I mean, seriously, you can see it. You can see it. And after listening to your stories, I can definitely understand it. And I think that a lot of your stories are relatable. And so a lot of the listeners can relate to little pieces of the story, in particular, some of the areas you were from and you grew up. And then we have some sororities in the house. And I love,
I forgot to say that.
Sisterhood there. You too.
Not to say, 3rd generation.
Don't forget to represent, because people want to hear that. I love it. I love it. So you guys met, you ended up here, all converged here in St. Louis. You're raising your families, you're doing all the things that you need to do on a regular basis. And at some point, this idea was born. And let me just tell you, many people have ideas. Many people want to do things, but you actually did it. And I think that in itself is something that we need to speak about, because it takes a lot of dedication, consistency, hard work. There's going to be hard days. You're not always going to get along. You're not always going to agree, you know, and so kind of bringing something this great together and and birthing it, it sounds like another child of yours, I would think, you know. So tell me,
Yes.
you know, tell me, how was this idea born, and you know, what were some of the things you needed to do? I mean, and how long, you know, because sometimes this takes a little, like this didn't take overnight, so you kind of had to, this is a work in progress. So tell me a little bit about your journey.
Wow. Who wants to take it?
Well, I mean, I could start, and then you guys can just, you know, roll off of it. But you know, NoorFit was born out of this pandemic, to be quite honest. When it all hit us, we were like looking for ways of how to stay healthy and active and stress-free and emotionally balanced, you know, to juggle and handle the growing professional and personal responsibilities in this demanding and constantly evolving COVID environment. So that is what really drove us to think about maybe doing this apparel line. Plus, we're fitness buddies, and it was our only way to be able to maintain some kind of social, I guess, what's the right word?
Connection.
Social connection. We would work out in one of the largest parks in this country called Forest Park, and it provided us a large space where we could work out outside. And you know, we were able to be distant and stuff. But that's really when this really came about, I would have to say. I don't know if any of you guys want to add on to that.
Yeah. And the pandemic really did highlight, I mean, we've always known that there have been disparities in, you know, health disparities amongst, you know, different types of people, particular the African-American community. So we decided that we wanted to do something to help others, to kind of motivate and inspire and get people excited about, you know, taking care of themselves and their bodies, and, you know, just becoming healthier versions of themselves, just so that when we're hit with certain diseases or, you know, different things that come our way, we're more equipped to fight and, you know, just recover from things that happen in our lives. So the pandemic really did highlight a lot of disparity opportunities for us to make real change and impact on other people's lives. So we were looking around the park and noticed that everybody was wearing like boring fitness wear. So we were like, hey, maybe we can, you know, we talked about it, and a few weeks went by, and then, you know, it would resurface over and over again. So finally, like, you know what, let's do this. So we're at a point where we're able to figure some things out, and here we are.
Well, for me, same for the pandemic. It was also the same for me. It highlighted the idea that life is short. If you want to do something, you better do it. Time is not forever. It's fleeting. And we had this idea, and we were like, well, look, if the pandemic has shown us one thing, is that, you know, life is precious, it's fragile, and you don't have a lot of time to do things you want to do. And we're at a point where we're probably, you know, we're still halfway, I would think. We have, you know, half of the years left that we do behind us as well. But that really, for me personally, was one of the reasons why I wanted to get involved and do this with Jeanne and Carla, because I've always wanted to do something for myself and work for myself and see if we could, you know, if I could create something out of nothing. And with these two wonderful ladies and hardworking women, they have helped really kind of just guide me. I'm like, just show me where I need to go, and I'm coming. I'm in.
I really do love that. And, I think during COVID, you're right that, people needed a little glimmer of hope. A lot of people lost a lot of motivation. And, I'm just impressed that during COVID, you all found a park and kept your fitness up. And here I am battling my COVID 30, the story of my life. So, and I'd be that one that you'd be like, why? Oh, that's so boring. Why does she have that on? I wear the big t-shirts and things like that. I'm all covered up. So I think that you actually found something that really women could kind of identify and find themselves in it. Just like I said, right before we started, you both have a piece of your apparel on, and it literally is my sister and myself. I have the blue, and my sister has the one with the pink. And when she sent me the picture of her, I'm like, it's so Maureen. That is, I could just see her. And she said to me, oh, that color is so pretty. I've always loved blue. But what I felt was that, and I wrote this down, that it made me want to not suppress the not wild side, but the like more colorful side of me. I've always tried to kind of downplay, and I'm scrolling through here and I'm like, ooh, I just want to just one time pick something that I really like that I would not usually wear. And so I think that if that happened for me, that can happen for a lot of women, that they won't suppress that they want to be vibrant, they're just not sure that they can. So that was really kind of a point for me when I was choosing. Now, one thing I did find out about your brand, and so we'll talk about, you had your idea, you kind of kept going, but what some of the steps might be. But one thing that came up, and I asked, I did say, I gotta get clarity on this, is that your not private label. I thought that was a very interesting concept, and feel free to let the listeners know what it's not private and why it's so good that it's not private label in your walk.
Yes.
Absolutely. So for us, there are a lot of companies out there, like consumers have a lot of choice when they decide who they want to purchase from and go with. But for us, it was important that we did not lose the ability of creative control. We had some ideas, some things that we wanted to design and develop to kind of create a situation where we're correcting some issues that we see in the fitness wear. The technology, we have developed manufacturing, the entire process. So I think that has been very interesting for us. We're able to get the right people involved to kind of fill in the gaps for places where we lack expertise. And we really built a really creative team.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you build a creative, what are some of the things you have to do because you have an engineering background, we have a law background, we have some broadcast and journalism. So you obviously have, you know how to, speak about your brand, how to obviously have your ducks in a row. And then you have, like you said, very technical side with Carla. But what are some of the other areas that you needed to kind of pull people in to kind of make this this really a reality?
Mm-hmm. I can give you a prime example of that. Like some of our prints are custom prints. So we actually have an artist that's actually designing things for us. So we had to bring her in and guide her on what we wanted her to make for us. So some of our prints you cannot get anywhere else. And they're coming very soon in the next 3 to 4 weeks. So we're really excited about the new line that will be dropping soon. So that's just an example of, some of the expertise that we had to bring in.
I love that. And you're even highlighting an artist. So an artist gets to kind of be creative for you as well. So you're kind of highlighting somebody else's artistic abilities and, kind of bringing it into your brand, which I really love. Jeannie, did you want to?
Well, I would, Yes, what I was going to say is, we are, all three of us are very new to the apparel line industry. And so, and that also goes for the marketing side of things as well. So what we did, we went outside of our circle and engaged some of our friends who are in these particular areas and asked them for advice. And all of our friends were very open and willing to provide us with very good advice as to how we're supposed to move forward with different aspects of the business and stuff. So I truly encourage others, don't feel like just because you don't have a particular background in some kind of, in a particular industry, you can always go out and seek help for that. And there are people out there that will provide you with the guidance to get you on the right track.
And thank God for the internet too. We've got lots of research on the internet too for things that we, didn't have expertise in. So I don't know, without the internet and some of the things that, because we are new to apparel, we needed to look up some things and figure out, okay, well, how do we teach ourselves how to do this? So I love that all three of us have that can-do attitude where, even though we didn't know anything about this industry, that we were all happily jumping in there together. And we're like, all right, well, we're going to use the resources we have with, amongst our friends and family members and the internet. Thank God for the internet. So
yes. So
that was big for us.
So internet research, in person, market research, tapping into different people, kind of getting some ideas. I know that what I look for in a brand and things like that is I've always been a pretty, I'm not a small girl, okay? So I've got a bust, and I have a little bit, midsection or hips or whatever. But what I really liked when I bought your pieces is I love how the bottoms came up a little higher. I wasn't tugging. I'm not feeling uncomfortable. And I thought to myself, man, they must have really had me in mind, because that's probably one reason I do wear the big t-shirts, because otherwise everything's kind of rolling down. So I love that that aspect of the bottoms with that. So it's a real comfort level there. So I want to kind of delve in a little bit to I'm going to go back to your bio, and one of my favorite sentences was that the fitness brand mirrors the complexity, strength, and vivaciousness that lives in the soul of every woman. And just reading some of these sentences, it's almost like you're definitely speaking to women. I think sometimes brands kind of put things out there, they don't really speak to the individuals and they're, as an authentic person. I think they kind of make like this generic thing, and I mean they're getting better, but it sounds like when you're talking about this is that you're there's a complexity about women, and you're not trying to leave any of that out. You want your brand to include that every woman might be different, okay, and feel inspired. I love that you said that you've crafted each piece with you in mind. So personalization, inclusivity. Tell me, am I on the right mark? Is that what you're trying to, kind of bring forth to your customers?
Absolutely. That's spot on. We really want to connect with women all over the world and let them know that we are them and we see them. And warts and all, everybody has their thing, whatever it is that they may not be satisfied with or may not like. And we wanted women to be comfortable wearing our things, no matter what they felt may have been things that they didn't like. So we have the high waist and the extra snatch in the waist, because you gotta love that, right? Keep it in place with you while you move, and really comfortable bras with lots of support for low impact and high impact activities. No pinching or squeezing, and where you feel like you're coming out, and even with bra inserts that you can choose to use or not. So if you want more coverage or some shaping help and lift, that option is available too, but it comes with every bra that's purchased.
Oh, that's important. I mean, because people are looking for different things and different fits in the top, and the bra top as well. So, wow, okay, I didn't know that. That's great. So femininity is strength and power. Self-care needs to be normalized and celebrated. And the first thing came to mind is that women really stretch themselves really thin. And listening to you guys exhausted me your whole life. The stories have exhausted me. And so if there's anyone who recognizes that self-care is important, it would be you ladies. So why is it you think that women do, exhaust themselves and go to the brink of exhaustion without kind of stopping and pausing and giving themselves a little bit of self-care? And why do you think this brand speaks to that woman?
Well, I think it speaks to women because it's down to our name. It's woven into our brand. NoorFit is Arabic for divine light. And it's that which drives you to pursue anything that gives you fulfillment and joy. So for us, NoorFit is wellness and well-being and self-care. So even down to what we chose to name it, it has a lot to do with our philosophy. So wellness is mind, body, spirit. It's not just physical. So I think for me, that for all of us, we feel like that's part of why it's woven into our brand.
I love that. You said it's Arabic for divine light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. How did you?
That what sets your soul on fire.
Yes.
What brings you joy? What fulfills you? Because without those things, you don't have true wellness in your life. Like there are people who can have anything and everything that, people feel like are the answer to the happy, perfect life. But really, if you don't have wellness, you don't have anything, honestly.
And
That's so true.
in addition to that, if you don't take care of yourself, there's no self-care going on. There's no way that you can take care of your loved ones and your friends and family and everyone. I mean, we're all stretched thin, okay? And we have to make sure that we take care of ourselves so we can be healthy both mentally and physically in order to be that representation for the people that you're caring for and stuff. So it's very, very important. Yeah. And we're really working very hard to try to normalize that in society. People not to look at self-care as a luxury. It is an absolute necessity. And it is not a selfish thing. It's a very selfless thing. And people just need to understand that. And that's what we want. That's really what we're trying to motivate people to just get out and take care of themselves, both mentally and physically. Right. It's really important.
No, I really do love that. And I think maybe Carla mentioned earlier that just in our community in general, so you're women owned, but you're also Black owned company. And I know in the community, we do suffer from several different ailments. And if we don't stay on top of our fitness, we will fall victim to that. I had a past guest who said when she was growing up, she was always overweight. And so she said she didn't even realize that she's overweight because her whole family was overweight. And the reason she didn't realize that was bad is because in her family, it wasn't bad until you were bedridden. So she had an aunt bedridden, and then that's who's not healthy. But that whole being at the time, she said she'd go to the doctor and the doctor said, you're obese. And she was like, oh, how dare he? She had no idea. She said, this is what I know. This is what we, so she has, essentially changed her whole life because of it and, gotten fit, active and gotten some of the way down. She said, I need to be here for my son. But the real education was she finally said, oh my God, I didn't know I wasn't healthy. Now I want to help other people. So she kind of got fit and then turned it around. So that story really just resonated with me when you think about our families and how there's so much medication, things like that. And how this brand, and how you can put something on and feel so good that you're like gonna go for it. And, and how the brand really, how you really thought about all of these things and poured it into NoorFit.
And Dana, like you said, for many people, that is normal. Like to see that as your example is normal. So at NoorFit on our Instagram page, we really try to focus on self-care tips, We try to share exercises. We share like healthy food options and things like that, just to kind of help change the mindset of people that it may not be at the forefront of what they see every day. So we try to share this information to try to help people, realize what good choices look like. And we hope to continue to inspire women to just lead a healthier lifestyle.
Yes, and just to understand that your brand is so inclusive and that we're all different packages and we come in different sizes, but that we can find something that makes us feel good with your brand in your apparel. So, because, I call it like I see it, and I really did enjoy when I, put on the outfit. I thought I was cute. I went outside and ran errands. Okay, it just was all over the place. So yeah, so
rock it everywhere. You don't have to just rock it, in the gym or at home doing your workouts and stuff. You can pair with. I mean, you see how Carla has it with with that snake, shirt and everything. Mine is you can really rock it in all different kinds of ways and stuff. So
that's important to know. So the listeners need to know, like, Carla has a nice, beautiful tailored shirt, and then has her piece underneath, and then you have kind of an off-the-shoulder shirt, and then up at the top here we have. Well, you're on top of my screen. I don't know about it, but you have yours just your top. You're ready to go. So that means that you're your pieces are very fluid too. You can mix and match. You can put them with clothing. You don't necessarily have to be doing fitness or anything like that. That you can kind of be out there and still look good and have on your
You can take her from day to night. Yep.
And you'll get compliments too.
A lot of them.
Yes. Absolutely, because the color I did get some compliments on that color. So one other thing I wanted to bring up is that you, some of your pieces, you use recycled material. I think that's very important for some people, right? Because people are very earth conscious. Tell me a little bit about that.
The prints, I think, are from the recycled plastic. So we're new to this, but we do know that we want to do our part to help save the earth as well. So we did try to look for fabrics that we knew we could create leggings and bras with that had been using recycled plastic. So we want to keep our carbon footprint as small as we possibly can.
Yes. Very earth conscious and very responsible, because if we're not taking care of the earth, we just, been through a year where the earth, I feel like, was sick, and so we have to kind of take care of our earth and our natural resources. So I think that a lot of people out there really will like that piece of it. And so that's huge. That's huge.
And we have an eco-friendly water bottle too, which is glass and reusable, not plastic, and bamboo. So that's also another way that we're being earth conscious and eco-friendly as well.
And you're also being energy conscious.
Yes, rose quartz crystals at the bottom.
Yes, so you have a rose quartz infused glass water bottle with a bamboo top. I don't know how you can, get any healthier than that. And it's good vibes. So you can put your water,
very good.
Feel good while you're drinking your water. Ladies, I absolutely love the brand. I love that you are inclusive, that it's woman owned, that you are using recycled materials, that you are allowing yourself to be creative and not take, not put yourself in a place where you have to take, just your creative counsel from outside, that you get to kind of be authentic in this brand. I know you're very busy. I have thoroughly enjoyed meeting you. And I think I'll end with, if you have anything you want to add about NoorFit, if there's anything you want to add about how people can find NoorFit, if they have questions about NoorFit, tell us a little bit. Each of you kind of end with something you want to tell us, and we'll close out.
Well, you can find us. Our website is norfit.com. That's NOORFIT.com. On Instagram, you can find us at Norfit Style is our handle, and Facebook is Norfit. We will be rolling out our new collection. I would say mid-August to late August. So please look out for that.
Yeah.
Also, we are open to doing little pop-up shops at different studios or boutiques, stores. So let us know if you want us to come and set up shop for a day or so.
Yes,
I love that.
we are happy to.
Awesome. So hopefully we'll
And
get
I was getting ready to say, we're also on TikTok. We're kind of new to TikTok. So Norfit Style on TikTok as well, and Facebook. You can follow us on Facebook as well. But if you go to our website, norfit.com, please subscribe to our email list, and then you'll be abreast of all of the new promotions. And when we have new drops, when we drop new items and things with our new line that's coming up, you'll be the first to be informed of those.
Yes, and we've got some exciting stuff coming up. We're really working on some new innovative things that are, with women in mind. And we do have a new collection coming out, like Carla referenced earlier, in next month. So keep an eye out.
Well, fantastic. I'm going to go to be a subscriber because I want to be an insider. And so bottom line, at the end of the day, I think that this brand is phenomenal. I'm all about supporting the women. So I want the listeners out there to know that this is a brand that we can stand behind and that you've put a lot of work into this. And so I'm really excited for you and for everyone to know that this brand, when you put it on, it's like an experience in itself. It really is. So I thank you for your time today. I wish you nothing but the best and continued blessings. And we will stay in touch.
Oh, thank you
so
much.
much.
Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Dana. This was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.